Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel, Alex Muteti, your financial advisor and motivational speaker. Today I want us to look at this ambiguous topic, that is why fools become rich. And this is it. We have our contract, the ESBI contract. We will start with the E contract. E stands for employees, S stands for self-employed, B stands for business owners, I stands for investors. Okay, well, let's look at the characteristics of employees, that is the E contract. As you can see, this side stands for poor people. The poor who happen to be elites. On this side, we have the rich who happen to be the fools. The rich who happen to be the fools, and here we have the E, which stands for, we have the poor, which stands for the elites. So, now many students after graduation or after finishing their school, this college and university students, those are the guys that I'm calling the elites. After graduating, they join, when have the best curriculum vitae. So they join this contract of employees. Then the next thing, they join here. As for the fools who quit school or who could not perform well at school and just decided to get drawn, or maybe decided to just leave school and do their own thing, which they thought would help them, they opt for this. So they join here. So the fool joins here, while the elite, let me grab here. While the elite just put it here. While the elites join here. Let us look at the characteristics of the E contract. Employees are taxed when they earn, when they spend, and they are taxed at least 40% of their income. They have fear to invest their hard-earned income. You find that every month they work harder in order to earn, so that they can meet their needs. So they work for money. Since this money they got, they earned it in a hard way, you find that they feel it's difficult for them to invest. They think that investing is risky and they cannot risk their money. So let's look at the economic pillar of an employee in order to get a good view of this. An employee is always like a rat which is in a circle. The end of each month marks the beginning of another month. This is to mean that in the first week, an employee feels that like they are rich now, they have money. But before the end of the second week, they are broke. Now they started working harder and harder again to earn in the next month. Okay, no matter how much they work, no matter how many hours they work, the salary is still constant. The income is still constant. Their income is in form of salary, paycheck. So you find that whatever they earn, they are taxed. An increase in their income leads to an increase in the tax. So they just remain in the same place, because the more they earn, the more the needs increase. So, as for an employee, you find that they are taxed at 6%, mortgage 18%, loan 13%, pension around 5%. Then you find that the total of these alone is 72% of their income. So what remains is only 28%. Remember that this is only 28%, and they have not even spent for their own needs, and they have not even invested. So this 28% is divided among these. And because they feel that investing is risky, they only opt for 23% here. 23% on clothing, food, rent, and all the luxuries. Then investing, they only allocated the 5% or 0%. And in most cases, they don't invest. Why should they invest their hard-earned money? They don't see the essence. So, that is why employees will always remain to be poor. That's why the poor will always remain to be poor unless they change their mindset. So, self-employed people, these are the high-paid professionals, lawyers, architects, engineers, those guys who are self-employed. So, these guys, they are the most taxed, most highly taxed. They are taxed 60% of their income. Mostly they rate on the middle class. They have no employees. So if an engineer or even an architect or even a doctor falls sick, on that day, that guy will not earn any money. So their income depends on their health. Their income depends on their survival. So if they die, then what will be there is actually the money they have worked in the past years, and if they did not save, then all is gone. Then all is gone. But as for let me come to the full. Now I've finished dealing with the elites, those guys who are skilled, accurate, those guys who used to be top 3, top 10, top 5 in class. Now let me deal with these fools, these guys who used to be the bottom 10, these guys who quit school because of fees and other issues. These guys, fortunately, life puts them in the best contract because they don't have any other thing to do. They execute the simple idea that comes in their mind. To be rich, it only requires an idea, remember? And the simple idea, not complex ideas. So, they execute the simple idea, that is business. They set up business, they employ 1 person, 2 people, 3 people, until they reach a maximum of 500 people. By that, you find that they have already joined the accredited group. They become accredited investors. So, these guys, they are only taxed 20% of their income. They have employees. Money works for them 24 hours. When we talk about money, we talk about workers. Workers work for them. Okay, you know, this guy, because he's paying the worker, it is actually his money which is working. So when he sees a worker, he doesn't see a person. He sees money. He sees money working. When he sees a worker just resting and then maybe wasting time at his workplace, he sees his money loitering around. Yeah, he feels that he's wasting his money. His money is not working for him. So whether this guy is sick, whether he is dead, he still earns. He still earns. The business still earns income. That is profits. for him. The eye contact. Now after becoming extremely rich, this guy now starts to join cooperatives. He moves from here to here. He joins cooperatives as a shareholder. So characteristics of this guy, you find that he has investment in real estate. There are investments of the rich. You find that they join mutual funds. So they have excessive cash and assets. They are extremely rich. They are taxed 0% of their income. 0% of their income. This is because the income that is generated, that they get from the shares, that they get from those cooperatives, it is not taxed. Because rich people join cooperatives so that they may pay less tax. So you find that the income that they get from that cooperative, it is not taxed. So they are taxed 0%. The tax laws, when you look at this, you realize that the tax laws actually they favor the rich. They favor this side. The tax laws are made for the fools to favor the fools, and then for the disadvantage of the elites. The rich are more powerful. The fool is more powerful than the elite. The fool is more powerful than the poor. The rich is more powerful than this poor person, this poor elite. So I guess everything has its own advantage. Being a fool, you are rich. Being an elite, you are poor. So it's good that, unfortunately, if you find yourself on this side, you can just decide to come out of it. How? The medicine is automatically to convert the earned income into portfolio or passive income. That is the only antidote for this. Okay, subscribe to our channel.